Too late.
We're just waiting for some people to log on. Doing this to help a friend out. So if you got any questions about balers and stuff, ask why I'm on. So this is an Oliver cam. As you can see, there's a split here, and this housing can be pressed out. And then what I did is I retimed it. The normal hole was here. The keyway is in the wrong spot for the cam to work properly. So I lined it up, matched it with the cam that was over here, and we were going to put this on this baler because it had a bad day. Very bad day. This, just want to show everybody that I put knotters on anything. John Deere, New Holland on John Deere. Oliver, pretty much put it on anything because they're really good knotters. They just don't have trouble. So I'm going to put an Oliver knotter on this Hesston Inline baler to save a friend of mine a lot of money. A lot of money. So, how many people are on now?
1.
Did you message Aaron?
No.
Probably should have.
My phone's in the truck.
Nice. Put this on here. Oh, I just gotta file that hole out some more. Oh. Yeah, I gotta file this. I didn't sand that inside piece. Anybody got any questions to ask?
Nothing so far.
Should have cleaned that out a little bit better, I guess. Pretty rusty when I pressed it apart. Anybody got any questions? Ask. Rachel's right there to read it to me. Wow, there's more rust in there than I thought there was.
We got 6 people on.
And sanding out some rust out of the cam.
What are you working on? Aaron says morning.
Morning.
Morning?
Putting an Oliver cam, Aaron.
No, that was somebody else.
Oh. Put an Oliver cam onto a Hesston Inline baler. And we took everything off this shaft, which was pretty rusty. There's another good knotter half. The brake pads that came off it, the shaft, I had to put a lot of penetrating oil to get it freed up. Kind of looks like the knotter stack I sent you, Aaron. So just showing you that this hub comes out. Let's show us this one here. So this piece, this hub, you can either put a brake disc on it or whatever. It comes different hubs. But this hub presses out of the center of this cam, and you could change it. And I re-drilled the hole so this cam would line up to fit this Hesston Inline baler. And I'm going to use the Oliver knotter half because it's definitely heavier than the Hesston Inline knotter halves, which are very, very pricey. So as you can see, nice, beefy, heavy-duty Oliver knotter with the giant pinion teeth, which doesn't give trouble. So I'm going to try to put this cam on here, but it's been rusty. So yeah, still rusty right there in that one spot. There we go. Yeah. Need something to tap with. goes. As you can see, both cams line up. Correlation. Now we gotta check our shims. So both pieces, a stack of shims here. We'll see if they, how many I gotta put in here. Not quite all of them. There'll be a little bit of wear, so yeah, that should work perfect. Make sure ball the pinion gears are nice and flat and flush. Double check again. You feel. Might take off one of these thin ones. These two thin ones. And go with this thicker one. Yep, that fits nice. You see the pinion gears are nice and snug against. A little play on the bill hook, not bad. But we also got this giant nut back here. Once we get everything installed, you take the cotter pin on that nut and it'll do this. It'll squeeze everything together, but do not squeeze them too tight. And so you start getting problems. You start snapping shear pins on the knotter drive. So what we're going to do is we'll finish this stack out. I just wanted to do a live video real quick showing the advantages of the Oliver cams, since you can pretty much press out the hub in the center and you can re-drill the hole, put the grade 8 bolt in, or grade 5 I guess at any point, and you can reposition the cam to work in any baler, any of them technically, well except for the new 8 series knotters and probably the 575s, but if you go back to the older style knotter shafts, they're all pretty much the same copy of the Rapsy design. But Oliver's got a really good knotter. I've always never really sold any. I've had a few guys like buy the knotters for backups, but as you guys will find out, I've done this for a long time. I've never seen an Oliver knotter explode. They probably have out there, but I've never experienced it. And I've never really sold a lot of Oliver parts, like knotter parts. They just don't give trouble. Maybe a tucker finger shaft here and there, and that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, I'm technically supposed to be retired. I'm doing this to help a friend out. So
You're partially. You're
partially retired, I guess. I keep feeling.
You're diehard.
Yeah, I feel bad for people because they blow stuff up and then they come to me and I feel obligated to help them out. So. Well, anyways, if you need any more baler information, we are still paying attention to the phone. You can text or call 607-846-5959. You guys have a great night. How many did we get up to?